Birdie G's now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was, you knowing Jeremy for as long as you do now.
Mm-hmm.
And he was probably like very hungry still.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's hungry now, but it was a youthful chef, right? So what was that like?
He was intense, and I was used to that. April and Catherine and Evie over at the Spotted Pig were the same way. It was high expectations,
no excuses.
And I mean, there some yelling, but never any threats or anything like that. Like I had seen in New York. No, not at all.
For sure.
Yeah, high expectations and high intensity, and we were busy. I think the restaurant now, even at max capacity, the most we'll do in a night is like 180.
Oh, wow.
And I remember doing like close to 220 back then.
Yeah.
Crazy. Just crazy focus on the quality of your ingredients, the quality of your garnishes.
Yeah.
The temperature of your plate. Just everything with Jeremy. If it wasn't perfect, it wasn't going out.
Yeah.
And that was, it was great. I think I did really well as a line cook here.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
And did you see your growth sort of from that time? Were you like, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to stick it out and be a sous chef?
I don't think I ever have really done a good job at thinking ahead. As soon as I heard that Cody was moving back home to the Midwest, I was like, I want Cody's job.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what I said to Jeremy. Like, hey, chef, I want Cody's job.
Yeah.
And that, they promoted me. So I was only a line cook here for, I think, 3 months.
3 months.
And then I was promoted to sous chef. Brittany was promoted to chef de cuisine. And that's the way it was for a while.
Yeah, heard that.
Yeah.
How long? A couple of years, no?
Yeah, so
3
that
or 4
was...
years?
I moved out here in 2015. 3 years, I think.
3 years.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Was Birdie G's at that point being conceptualized? Did you know anything about it?
So I know now, I think. We've never really talked about it, but I think that, throughout the years, a lot of the specials that Jeremy would do was either testing something for the cookbook, and it was just a special to us, but actually he was seeing how it, worked for the book.
Got you.
And a lot of specials were things that ended up at Birdie G's.
When you started working here, was the book even a thing?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We didn't know about it, but
he knew.
Yeah, I mean, I think he signed a contract back when he was at Ubuntu. So
wow.
At least that's the story I've heard. So he knew he needed to write a book, and he knew it was going to be about vegetables.
Got you.
And it was cool to be part of the recipe development. It was cool to be part of the photo shoots for that.
Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, it makes you good at photo shoots.
Yeah, for
doing
sure.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see on your Instagram that you've learned a thing or two about photography.
I stole that from him. We take the pictures right in front of the door on the floor.
Okay, that's why. So he started that.
I think so. I mean, that's where I got it.
Yeah. He just did that one day, and you're like, wait, you can do that?
Yeah, I mean, it was like a joke. Every time you have a new cook, it's like, that's the photo spot. And you're like, fuck, it's on the floor.
Yeah.
Genius.
Who's eating that dish?
Yeah. The kitchen.
That's us, baby. Eating shit out of trash since birth.
Yeah.
That's funny. And did you have any recipes yourself that get into the book, or was this very
one,
much...
Yeah.
Okay. Which one?
It's the first recipe in the larder section. It's shichimi. Well, it's like I think a lot of people refer to it as togarashi.
Oh, okay.
So, back then I think it's the coolest shit ever. Now it's like, it's just what we do. But it was all local stuff. So, like, orange peel, seaweed, salt, sugar, and chili from one of the cook's gardens at home.
Yeah.
And just, mortared together. And we used it on a couple different things. Definitely not a mind-blowing recipe, but just like a cool idea. And then for him to have me in the book, it was just like, shit.
Yeah. And then you were like, look, Mom.
Yeah, it was super, super cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys do some sort of book tour when he put it out?
Yeah, Brittany did with him.
Gotcha. Okay, so she went all over, and
Yeah.
you were sort of left the keys, I guess, to run the place.
Yeah.
Huh? So that was the first test, now looking back.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think so. I was super jealous, though.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I'm watching
I mean,
them cooking at, Co in New York.
yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
shit.
Yeah, same way with me and Johnny. It was like, they trained me to run the service, and then after that, they went to Japan and Jakarta, and I was like, God damn.
Yeah. So I was super jealous.
Yeah.
And that, I think, was 7 days, something like that. I
Yeah.
worked 7 days, and every day we did a special from the book, which
Okay.
I don't know if I was just trying to, like, impress him or something. But
Yeah.
I remember doing that, and it was...
Because he didn't call you and tell you, hey, I want
No,
this like
no
this.
way.
He's like,
No
no,
way.
you just got
Yeah.
you. So he, I guess he's pretty comfortable with you making decisions pretty early on.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, pretty quickly, I was here on my own on Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
would, all week, like, obviously I'm doing my, job, doing the orders, doing the scheduling, whatever they needed me to do. And then on the weekends, or on their weekends, so
Yeah.
Sunday and Monday, I'm doing specials, like weird shit.
Got you.
Yeah.
And you had the autonomy to do that. He wasn't like watching over your shoulder from home, like, hey, what are you doing for a
He's
special
definitely
today?
watching.
Got you. Is there any time that he would be like, you do not put that on?
No, there was one general conversation that I remember that was like, I gotta chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was more coming from like a financial standpoint. or at
Ah,
least that's-
got you. Not okay.
That's, again, how I remember that
So
happening.
he wasn't trying to stifle your creativity. It's
No,
just
not
like,
at all. And
yeah, we
he was
can't-
like really diplomatic about the way he did it, and
Gotcha.
it didn't make me feel bad at all. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
more like, hey, you bought this cheese for this special, and it didn't even work out, so now we're just eating the cost. Yeah, so
fuck that.
it was a good lesson.
Okay. I mean, as long, if you make mistakes, as long as you can learn from it, that's all that matters. When did Birdie G's come into full view where you knew that Brittany was moving on and I guess there's, a position available? And did you want it?
Yeah, I mean, I did. I have a really bad memory.
Nah, it's
but
all good,
This is
dog.
all kind of generalized, but... So I left Rustic.
Okay, you did.
I quit.
Oh, why?
The woman that is now my fiance. We went to culinary school together.
Gotcha.
Didn't talk for 8 years, and then she calls me. She's like, "I'm in LA, just for fun." She's volunteering at a farm in Malibu.
Were you friends with her during school?
Oh yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
date
yeah.
her during school?
No, we were just friends.
Gotcha, friends.
Smoking cigarettes on
Yeah.
break together back when we all smoked cigarettes.
Yeah.
So we ended up hanging out. We went and worked on a farm in Malibu. She goes back to New York, and I'm just like, shit. I think at that point I was really feeling kind of stuck. When you open a new restaurant, obviously you have your target date, and then it just always takes way longer.
For
So
sure.
I felt kind of stuck in my position, not able to maybe mess around with food as much as I wanted to. So yeah, I left. I quit. Drove across the country, picked up Tiff, and we did this crazy tour, this road trip. But we stopped at different farms and worked on these farms for, either a couple days or a week.
Yeah, is that woofing? Did you
Yeah,
do woofing?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, you did the
so
woofing
that was
program.
her thing.
Okay. And you just tagged along.
Yeah, and ended up meeting a lot of really, really good people.
For sure. 100%.
Spent some time in South Carolina, spent some time in Nashville.
What do days consist of when you woof? Just work on the farm all day? And
Yeah, it's totally different with every place you go to.
got
so,
you. Is there more or less the same level of work? Or do you go somewhere and they're
no,
like...
again, it's totally...
Totally, okay.
So
Wow.
the first dude that we went and worked with, his name's Nate Boggs. He's actually on that documentary Rotten.
Okay, all right.
He's the chicken farmer.
Ah.
And he's ex-military. So we were up at 6 a.m. moving all these chicken coops by hand, like 100 of these things.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was so much work.
Just energy in the morning.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, and it was awesome. And it was him and his wife and us. And that was it. And then towards the end of the stay, we're like, what are you going to do when we're not here anymore?
Yeah, and he's like, do it. What do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah. So we were there for, I think, 5 days.
Yeah.
And then we went to another chicken farmer. It was totally different.
Yeah.
Like, laid back, hippie kind of guy.
He's like, yeah, today we're not working, guys.
Yeah. He's like, you want to get up at 8, I'm feeding the pigs at 8. That kind of thing. If not, it's cool. Totally different. We were cooking him dinner.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with the pigs most of the time. Yeah, that was super, super cool. Working
Very
the farmers
cool.
markets with them.
Awesome.
It was very educational.
Now tell me this, when you made the decision to leave and do this, how was that conversation received by Chef?
I mean, he didn't want me to leave.
Yeah.
I think he knew... Jeremy and I are very similar in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of get each other. And he knew that I felt stuck. He knew that I felt kind of held back. So he definitely tried to convince me to stay. Mm-hmm. I think there was a couple conversations after I gave my notice about me staying. And it was always just like, Chef, I'm sorry, but my mind is made up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to give this a shot.
For sure. Honestly, I mean, looking at that and looking at the trajectory of different people, I think sometimes it's worth letting your people go for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's a greater chance of them returning.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it worked out, definitely.
Did you, when you left, were you like, I would come back here?
No.
No, you were like, I'm fucking done.
Well, it was kind of in the middle, I guess.
Yeah,
It was just,
okay.
I left, I think I left on good terms.
Yeah, for sure.
And, all said and done, I left. We did this road trip. We ended up living on that farm in Malibu.
Oh, wow.
I think I lived there for like a year. Mm-hmm. So we're handling the garden. We're cooking dinner for the guests because it's also an Airbnb.
Okay.
But then the flip side of that is it's a work trade program, right? So we're the ones cleaning the Airbnb rooms in order to not have to pay rent. So I'm living for free, but I'm also not making any money.
Okay.
Jeremy texts me, 6 months into that. Wanting to know if I was still into coming to 12 days.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Showed up there. I drove up there. And that totally is the reason that I came back.
That's like reinvigorated you.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great dinner. You guys came in strong.
Yeah.
Saw was there.
It was gnarly.
Brittany was there. You were there.
Yeah.
You saw how gnarly 12 Days is, man. Because we got chef before, chef after, chef of.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
It's like a whirlwind.
We were paired. Carl, I think, was our.
Yeah, Carl.
He's so calm.
He's
and
the
just
man.
like. Yeah, I was like, this guy.
He's the
great.
man.
He's great.
I mean, honestly, when I got to Meadowwood, we were competitive. So
Yeah.
we didn't get along